what I do is when I'm trying to build rapport with someone, I try and see the things that we have in common immediately. Because if we have things in common, we will feel like we are one, we are together. This is someone I can trust. This is someone I can like. I'll give you an example, right? So let's imagine that you go to a country where they pray salah very differently to you. Like everyone in the masjid, in every masjid, prays salah differently to you. Okay, so you're praying there for days, for weeks, right? And then one day someone prays next to you who prays exactly the way you pray. What happens, right? You feel maybe a higher sense of connection because out of all these people who don't pray like you, suddenly there's one guy that prays like you, right? Same with like if I'm just sitting here and I support Liverpool, for example, and I'm in somewhere like, I don't know, like Kenya, and then out of nowhere another brown guy walks in wearing a Liverpool shirt. I'm like, whoa, like this guy, he's just like me. Who's this guy, right? So a lot of rapport building is about like commonality and building that connection with that person. So some of this comes through discussion, right? So if someone just starts talking to me, I'll look for things that are common to both of us, right? So they're like, yeah, last year I traveled around the world and I went to loads of different places, and I went to Cappadocia. I'm like, wow, cool. I went to Cappadocia. When were you there? Okay, and they're like, whoa, this guy went to Cappadocia. Okay, and then it's like, okay, let's talk about Cappadocia now, because he's been Cappadocia, I've been Cappadocia. Did you go on a hot air balloon? Yeah, we did, and this and this and that. Or did you stay in a cave hotel? Yeah, it was really amazing. Our cave hotel was called this and this. Okay, and then they speak to you and all that kind of stuff, right? So being this guy who's actually connecting on the things they like, and then taking an interest in them, having that empathy where you're actually interested in them. People, they always will be very happy to speak to people who are good listeners. So if you're listening to them and you're letting them speak and express themselves, and then you're acknowledging what they're saying, and then you're giving them space, and you're still kind of letting them speak, they will really enjoy talking to you. And there's been times when I've met people and they've said they really enjoyed talking to me, but the truth is they didn't even give me a chance to talk. They just talk loads. I took a lot of interest in them, and they just kind of keep talking. But by them talking, by them expressing themselves, they feel a real connection to you because they shared so much of themselves and so much of their journey with you. So I think there's two elements here which kind of come back to the same thing, which is around empathy and focus on the other person, genuine focus, genuine listening. And I think this is like a muscle. If you practice it and if you do it more, you'll find, inshallah, that this is something that you can really, really become really good at. Of course, there's lots of other nice, smaller things. For example, your tone. Like if I meet a guy and he's like, Assalamu alaikum, Muhammad, and I'm like, Wa alaikum salam, Yahya. Okay? Like that tone, if I'm the other guy, this is like, oh my God, maybe I shouldn't be around this guy. So sometimes it can just be your tone that just kind of ruins it for you. Miles was like, my sheikh is this and this and that, and you're just bubbly and you're happy. I'm like, good. Why? Because when you're with me, you're going to be like, okay, I can express myself. I can talk to this guy. I can open up to this. That's exactly what I want. That's my trick, right? That's exactly what I want from you. If I was cold and hard and stern, maybe some people wouldn't open up like they do on the call. So this is what I'm saying, that you need to kind of think about empathy, you need to think about tone, you need to think about rapport, you think about all of this, but treat it more like a muscle where you just start slow. And genuinely, if I had to give you just one piece of advice, I would just say take genuine interest in the other person. And if you take that interest in the other person and you can show that interest, that will really build your relationship with them.